Breeze, go ahead.
So, how excited are you for this next matchup here in the bubble, and how has the training camp been in preparations to this bout?
I can answer. Okay, I'm gonna try speak English. I'm very excited for the second fight. I'm very happy. Uh, I'm training very hard in bubble in this time. Thank you.
Awesome.
All right. Tanai, do you have a question for Nathan?
Latana, obviously you're the defending champion at 155, and you unfortunately didn't get any points scored in the first week. Will you be looking for an early finish so you can get on top of the leaderboards again and make the playoffs?
Só responde a pergunta, Eduardo, para ver se eu entendi toda.
Would you like me to repeat, you said?
My camp was good, was very, very good. I'm training hard for this fight, but I fight against. Posso falar já o nome do. Não sei se eles têm essa informação. Sorry. Pode? Beleza. My suppose I. Posso falar, Edu? Então eu vou falar que eu vou lutar. I suppose fight against the Belarusian guy, but I don't know what happened with him. But now I'm gonna fight against my friend Raul Manfield. This is a very tough decision for me because I trained a long time with him.
Yeah, good luck on Thursday. Can't wait.
All right. Next question for Nathan. Tariq, do you have anything?
Faz só uns videozinhos.
Breeze, go ahead.
Who has been your main training partners working in preparations to this fight?
My partner's trainer is Thiago Moisés, Raul Manfield. This is very funny. Raul Manfield, Thiago Moisés, Leandro Silva Polo, many good fighters, the American top team. They are very, very strong fighters, very good fighters, but I have many partners for training.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Babish from Sportskita, please.
Yeah. Hey, Alex. Did you encounter any difficulties preparing the game plan for this fight? Simply because Anthony Pettis is easily the biggest name that you ever faced.
Can you repeat the question?
I can't hear.
Sure. I was asking, did you encounter any difficulties preparing the game plan for this fight? Because Anthony Pettis is easily the biggest name that you ever fought.
Nathan is actually not fighting Pettis.
If you'd like to ask another question, Nathan's actually fighting Raul Manfield. Anthony Pettis is fighting Alex Martinez.
Okay, next question. Harry Mack, please.
Hey, Natan. Harry Mack from the Bookies Basement. Hope you're doing well. So I just wanted to know, somebody touched on it earlier a little bit, but does it change your mindset going into the fight, knowing that you're probably going to need an early finish in order to make the playoffs?
Yes, I need to finish this fight very quick, because I need points, 6 or 5 or 4 points, or to go to the playoffs. You know, this is very important for me because I was champion last two seasons in PFL, and yes.
Got it. Thank you very much. Best of luck.
Luke Kelly.
Hey, Luke from Empire Universe. How are you?
Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah, I can hear you. Yes, I'm fine. Very, very, very good.
Good to hear. So what are you expecting in this fight?
Yes, I'm really, really excited. You know, excited because this is very important. This fight, second fight, I need to win this fight, and yes, I'm excited.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. How about Michael Morales?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. Hope you're doing well, Nathan. I just wanted to ask, you've been on this organization for around 3 years on PFL. What does PFL has as an organization that makes you happy and comfortable enough to make it your home?
PFL is great, you know, great organization. The I talked to Ray. Ray is very good, very good people. And PFL, I love fight PFL because he's he's giving me an opportunity a long time ago, and to be a champion, you know. And I'm champion the last two seasons. And PFL for me is the great organization because I have opportunity to win $1 million. This is a lot of money, you know.
Awesome. And besides that, what's been the most difficult part of preparing for this fight in the middle of a pandemic? I mean, technically things are getting better, but many things are not the same as they used to be before. So to you as a fighter and as a human, what are the principal challenges you face preparing for this fight?
Absolutely. Uh, uh, keeping keep training hard uh, since my last fight, you know, because this my last fight, I don't like this my last fight, but I mean training very hard, you know, training hard for this fight.
All right. Up next, let's do Tariq. Did you have a question?
Yeah, I did. Hey, Natan, it's Tariq with the Havoc Hour. With the standings where they are right now, nobody has a finish so far. Everyone that has about 3 points. But with you having been the champion in the last two seasons, how much of that pressure are you feeling to go out this week and get a finish to get into the playoffs?
Everybody's 3 points in my division, but yes, I'm very excited, you know, and I need to finish this fight for to win the to go to the playoffs, you know. I need to finish in the first or second round. Yes,
All right, thanks, champ. Good luck this week.
thank you.
Michael, did I already get you? Did you have another question? Okay.
Hey, Natan, Dan Holzar here. Just had a quick question. Can you talk about how tough it was to accept this fight with Haush? And can you talk a little bit about your relationship with him?
Yes, Haush is my friend, my my good friend, you know, and I was training since 2000, 2000, 2013, training with Haush, and he's my friend, you know, my very friend, and I was training my whole camp with him, with Haush, and this is very tough decision for me fight against him, you know, against Haush, because this is my friend, you know. This is not normal fight against your the best friend, you know. This is very tough decision for me, for him, and but yes, it is what it is. I'm gonna fight against Haush right now.
Awesome. Anyone have any last questions for Nathan before we let him go? All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, push it out. Sorry about the sound, guys. Hopefully this will be a little better. All right, just give us 1 second. Tyler is about to be here. Test 1 2 1 2. Test 1 2 1 2. Sorry, guys. Tyler was running behind on a previous obligation. He is almost here. So sorry. Thank you again for all of your patience. please go ahead and start raising your hands. Harry Mack, go ahead with the first question, please.
Hey, Tyler, Harry Mack from the Bookies Basement. Hope you're doing well.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to know, do you feel like you have the best mullet in MMA right now?
Oh, for sure, without a doubt. Name anyone that's even come close to a second for me. I don't know anyone. So yeah, best mullet in MMA, no doubt.
Fair enough. Well, best of luck on Thursday. Looking forward to it.
Thanks, dog.
Up next, Harry Mack, please. Harry, you out there?
Oh, I just won.
I'm so sorry. Michael
Oh,
Murray.
no problem. Thank you.
Hey, Tyler, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Perfect, man. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Everything good here, sir. Thank you for your time. I wanted to ask you, my first question is regarding you had already had one fight on PFL as well as your opponent. How's been your experience so far with the company?
My experience with PFL has been really good. Super professional organization, something that I've wanted to be a part of for a long time. Something that drew me to PFL, with the exception of the money, obviously, was that I feel like it's an organization that's coming up on the rise, and I really like the season format. That's been my biggest complaint with the sport overall, is that I never really knew what was around the bend, so planning life has been kind of tough. But now I know exactly when I'm fighting before the season even starts. So that's really great for being able to plan things out in life. And yeah, I just really enjoy everything about this organization, to be honest.
Awesome. And what are your thoughts on your opponent, on Brendan?
Oh, my thoughts on him. I think he's super tough. He's a great striker. I think he brings the fight every single time. He seems super popular. And I think I might be the underdog in this fight, according to people. But man, I'm the favorite in my mind. So yeah, I'm just super excited to get in there. I knew that him and I were going to cross paths at some point, whether it was the finals or the playoffs or whatever, but it's going to be this second regular season fight, and that's fine with me.
Awesome. Thank you, and good luck on Thursday.
Thank you.
Tanai, please.
Hey, Tyler, Tanai from MMA Island. How's it going, man?
Good. Thank you.
Obviously you had a great performance at PFL 1, but you did take some damage. How's that recovery process going, and are you ready for Thursday?
Yeah, I didn't take that much damage, to be honest. Like, he dropped me in the third round just because I got lazy. But other than a couple bumps and bruises on my head and sore legs, I was back at I went running like 2 days later, and then I got back to actual full MMA training a week later. So I know that Brendan has been saying something like I took a lot of damage in that fight, but I didn't take that much damage at all. So I pretty much completely dominated the fight. I didn't get punched a ton, and I feel fine.
Good luck on Thursday, man.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tanai. Up next, Breeze, please.
Hey, this is Breeze with the MMA Breeze. Not a lot of fighters get to grow up in the folk style American wrestling system like you have. How do you think that's going to benefit you for a fighter like a guy against Brendan?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I've been wrestling my whole life. He hasn't. But I will say MMA wrestling's different. So that's where we're going to find out in there. If I decide that I want to wrestle in there, we'll see where that skill gap is. We'll see where his skills are compared to mine. I know what my skill set is. I'm a very good wrestler. I feel very confident in my wrestling. But shoot, I might just go out there and throw bombs the whole time with this guy. I don't even know. Like, I'm just going to be free flowing in there, and I'm just going to fight my fight intelligently. And yeah, when I think back to any fight that I have from here on out, I just look back at the years of the grind of wrestling, and I really appreciate the fact that I came up in wrestling and what the sport has done for me. And it's really just developed a kind of an unbreakable mindset in my eyes. So I owe a lot to the sport of wrestling.
Right on. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Carlos.
Obviously, I love your mullet. It looks awesome.
Thanks.
My question is for you. You said before that you always consider yourself the favorite in your fights. How do you keep that mindset throughout training camps?
It's easy to do when you feel like no one trains harder than you. When you put in the work and you know that you've put in the work, it gives you a confidence within yourself. So that's why I always feel like I'm the favorite. I never have that doubt in my head as far as could I have done more. Like I know for a fact there's nothing more I could have done. I left no stone unturned. And when you do that, you can't be that disappointed in yourself. You know, it's easy to go through a fight camp, and if you miss things here and there, be disappointed or have that doubt start creeping in. But when you know full well, like, hey, I put in all the work I could, there's nothing not to be confident about.
Thank you. Good luck on Thursday.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, up next, Drew Pierce, please.
Hey, Tyler, Drew Pierce, FightLeap.com. Obviously, only one other fighter in the division has scored more than three. Then that comes with more than just a win. Is it any extra motivation that the division's so wide open in this last regular season bout?
Yeah, definitely. It definitely makes things interesting. But I gotta say, I'm the one who's definitively in second place. If we're being honest, I should have gotten that finish in the third round. Uh, I think if I'd had any other ref, I probably would have gotten it. And as a result, my opponent isn't fighting because he did take a lot of damage. I was just pounding on him for a minute straight. So that's really unfortunate there, and kind of unfortunate for me that I didn't get that point, but it is what it is. I'm not really dwelling on the past in that instance. I'm just excited to get in there on Thursday, and I'm going to fight my heart out. And whether I get to finish early, finish second round, third round, whatever, I'm going to be going for the finish the whole time. I'm going to fight my heart out, and my effort will speak for itself. That will dictate the result.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Any last questions for Tyler before he continues about his day? No? Okay, great. Thank you so much,
Cool.
Tyler.
Thank you,
Appreciate
guys. Appreciate it.
Up next, we are bringing in Lance Palmer. Just give us 1 second, please. Oh, quick question for my media friends. Did Tyler sound a lot better?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure we got that fixed. Sorry about that. guys, we're gonna have Clay come up first, actually, and then we'll do Lance. So if you have any questions for Clay, raise your hand. All right, let's get started with Breeze.
Hey, Clay, it's Breeze with the MMA Breeze. Just wanted to ask, how do you feel coming off such a huge victory with Anthony Pettis? Do you feel like you have heavy momentum, or was that just another fight in the books for you?
I've had momentum all year, man. It just added momentum, added more momentum, I guess. Yeah, I believe I said it last time. I'm coming like a locomotive, and that hasn't changed. That hasn't stopped. I'm still coming like a locomotive. So
We're excited. Thank you.
Michael Morales, please.
Hey, Clay, how are you?
I'm doing well, man. Thank you for asking.
Awesome, brother. I wanted to ask you, how's been your experience with PFL so far? You had one fight with them before in which you defeated Anthony Pettis. Now you're heading into the second fight. As an organization, what's your opinion on the company?
The PFL's been amazing. You know, they handle everything professionally, which is what you're looking for, especially when you've been in. I've been all over in little rinky-dink shows, boxing and everywhere else, and it's nice to have a professional atmosphere. So, yeah, the PFL's been amazing.
Awesome, and what can we expect from you on Thursday?
Thursday night, man, I'm just gonna go out and do my thing like I always do. You know, it's just another day in the office for me. I gotta solidify my spot in the tournament. You know, so. I'm gonna be looking to get the finish. Obviously, I don't want somebody sneaking up, getting a first round knockout, stealing my spot, even though I beat him. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're looking for the finish Thursday night for sure.
Thank you, and good luck on Thursday.
Thank you.
Danny Segura, please.
Hey Clay, how are you? So you're coming off obviously a huge win. Where would you rank that Pettis win among other wins in your career?
I mean, on paper, it's the biggest win of my career. I feel like, you know, it's the start of something great. You know, we still have this tournament to worry about. So yeah, it was a great win. It's in the past now. I got things in the future I'm looking after and looking forward to, and so that's where my mind's at right now, set on the future and winning this tournament, man. So
Yeah, are you glad you got such a big start? Because I mean, obviously that was talked about a lot. It's the biggest win of your career, and it almost feels like, you know, you can't script a better start to a season than to, you know, pick up a win over a former UFC champion.
100%, man. Got the toughest guy out of the way right off the bat. I believe I said I was going to do that. You know, I wanted him. I wanted him or the champ right off the bat. Get him out of the way. Let's move on. You know, and I'm looking at this next opponent like he's a world champion. So he's better than Pettis in my eyes because I got to fight him next. So yeah, we're looking to win this tournament, beat these people up, man. That's what I do.
Yeah, and just last one. We had spoken before the Pettis fight, and you said exactly that. I'm gonna piece him up, and I know you were the underdog going into that fight, but you did exactly what you said you were gonna do. How satisfying was it to show people like, look, you know, my striking's up there?
Man, I believe I'm one of the baddest strikers in the world. I've been working a very, very long time at this, and I'm doing it outside the box, unlike anybody else, and I think that did show. If you keep doubting me, I'm gonna keep proving you wrong. So.
All right, thank you. Best of luck.
Dan Bakley, please.
This is Daniel Bakley from KHMIQ. Clay, how are you preparing for this fight compared to last fight, knowing that last fight you fought a guy like Anthony Pettis? Are you treating this any differently, or are you giving it the same intensity as you did with Anthony?
I mean, this fight's even more important than the Anthony Pettis fight, right? I go out there, let's, we don't like what ifs, but there's 1,000 what ifs that could kick me out of this tournament altogether. And so this fight is more important than the Anthony Pettis fight. So, yeah, it's more intensity. It's more everything, man. I'm putting my whole body and soul into this, man. So.
Thank you, Clay.
Thank you. Harry Mack, please.
Hey, Clay, Harry Mack from the Bookies Basement. Hope you're doing well. So I just wanted to know, do you feel like that win over Anthony was a bit of a coming out party for you as far as the fans and things like that, and just the exposure that beating such a big name in the sport provides you?
Well, yeah, for sure, man. I believe I said it last time we did these press conference interviews. It's time for me to show everybody, who I am and what I'm about, and I believe that I 100% did that against Anthony Pettis. So, yeah, like I said, that's in the past. Now I'm looking to the future, and the future is this tournament. So, yeah, we're looking to win.
Got it. Appreciate your time. Best of luck.
Matt Proto, please.
Hey, Clay. Matt Proto with the Beautiful Violence Show. You've been fighting professionally now for 10 years, yet you're still only 28 years old. How do you feel that early start is benefiting you now in this portion of your career?
Oh, man. Starting young helped me tremendously. I think I got a few losses on my record that shouldn't be there because I was fighting so young before I really matured into the sport, and that I would fight anybody, anywhere, anytime. So nothing's changed. I'll still fight anybody, anywhere, anytime. It's just now I have the experience and yeah, the team behind me. So we're ready to decapitate people, man. So.
That's awesome. Best of luck on Thursday night, man.
Thank you, sir.
Carlos, please.
Hello, Mr. Clay. How are you doing today?
Wonderful.
Obviously, in your last fight, you basically dominated Anthony Pettis. Do you think you'll see him again later in the tournament?
It's a possibility. He's got to get those 6 points now, right? Yeah, there's 1,000 different things that could happen in this tournament right now, so it's a possibility. I'm not worried about anybody except for my next opponent. So, if I see him again, cool. If not, cool. It doesn't matter to me right now. All that matters is solidifying my spot and moving on in to the finals. And so that's what I'm looking at.
Thank you.
Tanai?
Hey Clay, Tanai here from MMA Island. After that awesome performance at PFL 1, you're officially the favorite to win the lightweight tournament at PFL. How does that make you feel?
It's well deserved, man. I've been working hard. I think I was the biggest underdog there was, coming into the fight. So I told everybody to quit sleeping on me. Yeah, so it feels great, I go ahead and put the target on my back.
That's awesome. It's a great turnaround. Also, can I get a Cassius Clay prediction for the Jolton fight?
A win.
All right. Awesome. Good luck on Thursday.
Thank you.
Breeze.
Hey, Clay, it's Breeze with the MMA Breeze again. Wanted to ask, who's been your main training partners this go around leading up to this fight?
So I got my little brother, Cosmic Kesley Collard. He just got his first pro win, so we're excited about that. Shout out, little bro. Other than that, it's been Trevor Bradshaw. He's actually out here with me, training, putting in work every day with me. And we have Jeremiah Andrews, couple other people, man. Mainly it's been my little brother and Trevor, though.
Okay, cool. And who's going to be in the corner?
Trevor Bradshaw and the famous Ryan Alt. If he's not famous, he should be.
Thanks so much, Clay.
Yes, sir.
All right, Tariq.
And Clay, it's Tariq with the Havoc Hour. So after PFL 1, now you had to face arguably one of the biggest names in the promotion now, and you crossed that off the list. If all goes well this week, is there anybody that you plan on seeing in the playoffs? Any dream matchups, perhaps?
Who's the toughest guy in the tournament right now? Probably, I guess you'd say Marcin Held. He beat the champ, right? I already took out Anthony Pettis. Champ's already lost, so I mean, it would be Held, I guess, right? So I like the tough guys, man. I like the fight. Give me the toughest guy. Whoever anybody thinks is gonna win, I'll fight that guy next.
Awesome, man. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
Babesh, Sportskeeda.
Hey Clay, this is Bhavesh from Sportskeeda. On the back of 3 consecutive wins, how confident are you going into this fight?
How confident? I mean, I always have confidence. I work hard every single day. I've been at this for many, many years, and I've been training very, very hard for many, many years. So I'm focused. The confidence is there always. Yeah, the last fight, coming off a win, it always helps. Sometimes coming off a loss helps even more. So I'm confident. We're ready.
Good luck, man.
Thank you.
Danny, did you have another question? All right. Any other questions for Clay before we let him go? Jamie, you're on mute.
Yeah. Hi, Clay. Jaime Barrios, MMA fan 507 from Panama. Clay, you are all 5 guys with 3 points at the top of the table. You are maybe you and Anthony Pettis have last fight of the category. This day, do you think this is a big advantage for make a strategy fight?
You're kind of breaking up there a little bit.
Hi.
Is it a big advantage? Man, it don't matter. Yeah, I think it's a main event. He's got the big name, Yeah, it's not gonna give him an advantage. No. I mean, you can go look up the fights anytime. So.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much, Clay. We appreciate
Thank you,
you
guys.
coming out today. All right, we're gonna bring in Lance. Just give us 1 second. He is here. If you have a question for Lance, go ahead and start raising your hand. All right, let's go ahead and start with Tariq.
What's up, bro? It's Tariq from the Havoc Hour. First off, the t-shirts are fire. Mine's literally just got here. But going into this fight right now, coming off of the loss to Bubba, that's your first loss in 4 years. What's the mindset been like going into this camp now?
Nothing really changed mindset wise. It was more of last fight was just trying to get through the 17-day thing to get home instead of focusing on like being here and being happy to be here and being ready for a fight. Like I've said in a couple other interviews that when I was in the fight, I didn't feel like I was fighting. I didn't feel like I was even in a fight. It was kind of a strange thing mentally. Physically, everything was there, but mentally, I was just getting through the fight to be able to go home. So it was like, I don't know, it was really strange, but mentality is still the same for this one as every other fight, to try and go out there and put my best performance on. And same with wrestling. If you lose a match, you could wrestle 10 minutes later, and you could have sorry, Juan's dying in the corner over here. You could have another match in 10 minutes, so you got to forget the loss before that, or even the win before that. It's you got to put your best foot forward, and just have the mentality to focus on what's in front of you. And right now, this fight's the one that's in front of me.
Yeah. Also, like I've heard from a lot of people about the whole quarantine thing, how that's been affecting them. Did you guys have any different like methods or something like that for dealing with it this time around?
Well, Juan was he just fought in his Bellator title fight, 2 weeks after my fight, and we had talked right away, and he was like, "I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna be there with you the whole time, no matter how long it is." So he's sacrificing time away from his family, because last time I was literally here by myself for 17 days and did the whole deal on my own. And he's sacrificing time away from his family to be here for 12 days and help me and train with me and help cook my food and do all the things that I was doing on my own last time. And it's been a huge weight lifted off my shoulders, and it's good to have somebody there just to hang out with, even if we're in the same room and we're not even talking to each other. We're just sending memes to each other. It's different from not having somebody there. So it's been really good, and just from like a mental perspective of it, it's been a lot easier, and the time has flown by. I mean, it's already Monday. We fight Thursday, and so we've already been here 7 or 8 days 8 or 9 days at this point.
Sounds good, man. Good luck this week.
Thanks, man.
Curtis.
What's up, Lance? It's Curtis from the Big Curtis Show.
What's
Hey,
up,
brother.
man?
What's up, brother? So, hey, man, you've had some time to, relax, back in camp again for a new fight. I know it's a different opponent, but do you have any extra motivation, like going in there? I know you're going in with a loss, but, if you get 6 points, you're back in there. And just to show people that you are still the champion, you're still at the top as well.
Yeah, definitely. My mentality overall as a fighter, and as where I feel like I'm at on the food chain in the 45-pound division, it doesn't change at all. One hiccup and one bad fight and in the last 4 years doesn't really change how I feel about myself or what I feel my potential is. I feel like I'm still getting better and still improving, and I feel like I can still get a lot more better than I am, or a lot better than I am, and keep improving from where I'm at. So as far as this fight goes, as far as pressure, I don't feel any pressure to do anything special or to have to get the finish in the first round just for the playoffs. Like, to win this fight, and obviously I feel I can finish this guy. So if I can get a finish at some point in this fight and I still don't make the playoffs, then I feel my stock is still high, because I go out with a win, and even though I'm not in the playoffs, I'm still in the winner's circle. So whatever's next after this it'll be whatever it is.
Thank you so much, brother. Best of luck Thursday.
Thanks, man.
Breeze.
Hey, Lance, it's Breeze with the MMA Breeze. You and Bubba, obviously had a lot of history in wrestling, and now you guys have some history in MMA. Does it mean anything to you to get that one back and see him again in the cage?
Yeah, it definitely would. I feel that I didn't really do a lot of interviews, and nobody really asked me about it up until this week. But going into that fight, a lot of people asked me, like, "Man, you didn't look like yourself. You didn't really look like you were even in there." And people had their criticisms and things like that, but that's just how the sport is. And to get that fight back would be great, but it's not something I'm drooling over. Like, hey, I need to get that back. I know what happened in there. I know that I wasn't in there physically. I was in the cage, but mentally I wasn't even there. There were times against the cage when he was holding me against the fence, and I'm just like, man, once this is over, I'm gonna pack my stuff and head back to Ohio and hang out and relax. It was a really strange situation. So to not be there mentally and still have a, you know, a decent decision loss, I guess you could say, and instead of getting injured. And you know, I feel like I created more injuries in that fight for him than he created for me, because I pretty much left the fight unscathed, but obviously I took the loss. But being there mentally, if we do fight in the future, would be a huge difference for me.
Awesome. We're excited to see you bounce back. Thanks.
Thank you.
Tanai?
Hey Lance, Tanai from MMA Island. How's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I wanted to ask you.
Tanai, I think I lost you. Okay, we'll come back to Tanai. Let's go with Michael Morales.
Hey, Lance, how are you?
Good. How's it going?
Everything good, brother. Following up a little bit on what you've been talking about, I mean, you unfortunately had your first defeat after 11 straight wins, and you've been, you know, pointing the mental situation that the quarantine, the pandemic, and the whole, you know, business did to this last fight. How do you manage to put yourself back on track physically, mentally, and spiritually for this fight?
I think I did that one by just going home and getting my mind right after that last fight. Really, it was a situation of where sometimes I dwell on my losses because I made a mistake or I did something wrong, or leading up to the fight, there were some things I didn't do right. But this last fight was, for me, I was able to move forward from it pretty easily. And I felt that just not being there mentally and knowing that I wasn't there, that was really all I needed to make an improvement on. Sometimes when we talk as fighters, one to another, it's more of like flipping the switch. Like if you're going to go in the back room and get warmed up for a fight, you got to flip that switch before you go in there. Because as fighters and professional athletes, we don't just walk around all day just ready to fight people. And it's something that's turned on. It's a competitive mindset. And I didn't flip that switch on that night. And it was mainly just all the things that you explained with, you know, the quarantine and being alone for 17 days and doing this and that. And, you know, you could name a list of excuses, but it's not really, it doesn't matter. The loss still goes on the record. Moving forward from it was just going home and being able to relax and sleep in my own bed and hang out and be with my family and enjoy the things that I like to do, you know, drive my cars and mess around outside with the dogs and mow my own lawn, you know, everyday things that I like to do as a person. There's nothing crazy about it. I didn't need to get a hypnotherapist or anything insane. I mean, it's a loss. I've had a loss before. I've had many losses in my life. It's just moving forward mentally and having the right mindset coming into here. And obviously with having my friend, teammate, partner, Juan Archuleta here for these 12 days, it makes a huge difference. It takes a lot of the burden of the things that I did myself on the last 17-day quarantine, of things that he's able to do for me and things that we can do together during this 12-day quarantine to really make the difference for the, you know, for the improvements for this fight.
And obviously, as a performer, it will be huge. But, you know, mentioning the mental situation in the previous side, as a human being, for Lance Palmer, the human, how important is to get that W on Thursday?
To get the W, that's really the only reason I'm here, is to get the win. And regardless of what happens with the playoff points and the things of that nature, I mean, you really can't control when you get the finish. I mean, you can try and say, I'm going to go all out and I'm going to try and get a first round finish and get 6 points, get in the playoffs. But if that doesn't happen, I still want my win. I still want to go out there, get that win, get those 2 checks, and, you know, be able to go home to my family. And a win's a win. So regardless whether I get the finish in the first and continue with PFL through the playoffs, or I just get the win and I don't make the playoffs with PFL, you know, we'll see what other options are out there, or, you know, see what's next. I don't know. But right now my focus is on Thursday night and, you know, going out there and just performing, making myself aware. The only person I got to prove to is myself that I'm still on top, and I got to go do that on Thursday.
Awesome. Thank you very much, and good luck on Thursday.
Thanks, man.
Tanai.
Hey Lance, Tanai again. I'm sorry I lost connection earlier.
It's all good.
You have Juan in your corner, and you're super happy about it. And last time you trained with Tyler Diamond. Have you guys been training together again?
We haven't. The main thing, like, I know Tyler really well, so we won't get into details on certain things, but he had a couple little injuries after his last fight, and I wasn't sure what his training was going to be like in this quarantine bubble, but I knew I needed somebody who could push me, and somebody that, when you're training for 12 days, you're still kind of in fight camp. And these last couple of days, you kind of tone it down, you work on your weight cut and this and that. But as two fighters who are competing on the same card, you can't really train with each other the same things that you would do with your coach or your teammate who's not fighting. So the main difference this time was having Juan to be able to hold pads for me, to be able to, as we call it when you're doing your weight cut, you get to beat up on your teammates and kind of just go through the motions, and they know how it is. Like when I go out there for Juan, and I let him beat on me, and we get each other ready for fights that way. When you're both fighting and you're both getting ready for a fight, you can't just go and beat on each other during fight week. So we've been talking to each other during this quarantine, but we haven't trained together. I think he's been working with Clay Collard's team a little bit and stuff like that, but with the injuries that he had after his last fight, I wasn't even sure if he was even going to be training or doing any contact stuff leading up to this one.
Yeah, that makes sense. And how would you feel if and when you guys both make the playoffs, if you guys have to fight each other? How would you feel fighting Tyler Diamond?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't really thought about it. I think I don't really think about the what ifs unless it becomes a reality with anybody that I would potentially have to fight. So I don't really think about it too much. I just know that I've known Tyler for a long time. We've trained together for a long time. We trained together during the last quarantine. He's definitely a tough fighter, but if we have to fight, obviously we won't be training together in quarantine.
Thank you, Lance. Good luck, man.
Thanks.
Aldrich.
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Lance? So, this quarantine, like you see, you invited Juan in your camp, and pretty much you had someone that you know. So, how's that the relationship now, like, brought you guys even more closer? And plus, outside of fighting, since like your new father, how is the role of your daughter played into your motivation for this tournament?
Sorry, I missed that first section of what you said in the
Yeah,
very.
connection is kind of bad, but I was saying, since adding Juan here with you in this to the second half, like you guys have, like your mood has like been much lighter, much more positive. How has that impacted you going into this? And also, like, since becoming a dad, how has your baby girl played a role into your motivation for this one?
Just having Juan here has definitely helped with keeping the mood, the spirits high. Like, we like to joke around 99% of the time. So the only time we're serious and we flip that switch is during training, and all other times of the day we're kind of joking around, hanging out, just talking about regular life stuff, or laughing about stuff on social media. So the spirit's been a lot higher. It's been a lot more lighthearted. It's been a lot different from just moping around in the hotel room until I go train at night. As far as my daughter being motivation, it's awesome to have another person to care for, and another person to look forward to going home to. Being a father, obviously, from February 13th on until now has kind of been tough for me and my wife, because she's been doing 100% of the work, because I've been gone for most of Maya's life up until this point. So I go home on the weekends during training camp and things like that, but the 17-day quarantine and then the 12-day quarantine, I mean, you're looking at almost a month of her life, and she's only 14 weeks old at this point, or 16 weeks old, I believe. Just turned 16 weeks. So it's one of those things, like she's almost 4 weeks old. She'll be 4 weeks old this upcoming 13th, and or 4 months, I mean. And you're just like, man, I've missed a lot of things. I've been able to see her on FaceTime and things like that, but getting to go home and see her in person is awesome because little things change every day. I mean, she grows so fast over a short period of time. So it's really good, and it's cool to see. But the real motivation is being able to go home and be able to hold her and play with her and just do normal dad stuff with her.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Lance. We really appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right, guys, we're bringing in Alex Martinez. If you have questions for Alex, please raise your hand. All right. First question, Breeze.
Hey, Alex, it's Breeze with the MMA Breeze. You're undefeated, and Anthony Pettis is your next opponent. He's obviously the biggest opponent on paper that you've ever had. How important is it to you to not only remain undefeated, but to capitalize on an opportunity against a name like his?
Well, staying undefeated is something that a lot of people hold on to it very tightly. I also do enjoy being undefeated. You carrying that always very important for me. But at the same time, I'm not married to being undefeated. This sport has a lot of how you say things happens a lot in this sport. So like I said, I always remain to be undefeated. I always try to finish my fights and do my best always whenever I get in there. But at the same time, there is no pressure for me on being undefeated. Especially now I'm fighting a big name, and for me it's just another fight, man. I'm fighting another name, another big name now is ahead of me. The one before was a big name as well for me, so I'm just excited for whatever is ahead for me. I think I can do it. I think I have what it takes, and I'll bring it this Thursday.
Right on. Thanks so much.
Luke Kelly.
Hey, Alex, how you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Pretty good, thank you. This is Luke from Empire Universe Podcast. Listen, you got the veteran here, Anthony Pettis, been in the sport for a long time. So what are you expecting to see from him?
He always brings the fight. That's something that we all know about Anthony Pettis. Whenever he comes to fight. So do I too. Whenever I come to fight. Even in my last fight, it was a little bit of a hiccup for me because it was a short notice for me. I mean, people don't know that, but I took that pretty much in 1 week notice as an alternate. And then the day before I was gonna leave, they told me, "Hey man, you're fighting the tournament right now." And I was like, "Well, we're gonna do it." So I had no training camp, no training at all. And I came to fight, and it turned out the way they turned out. But I did my best, and like I said, I came to fight, and then now I'm gonna be fighting a big name, and I'm very excited. Like I said, it's an excitement thing for me. It's a big opportunity. I'm ready to take on it. I prepare well. I'm mentally strong. I'm physically strong too. I'm young, and I know I can do it. So it's let's go. Let's do it.
Good luck in the fight, Alex.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Carlos.
Hello, Alex. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Obviously, you're fighting Anthony Pettis, a former UFC champion. How do you feel about his style of fighting, and how do you feel overall about the guy?
Well, you know what? I actually used to look up to him a lot before when I used to come up into the rankings as an amateur when I was young. And then, of course, I kind of I started getting more into MMA and start fighting other figures. But I used to love that he was a Taekwondo fighter, and I also, my background is Taekwondo. So a big part of me was like, oh man, Anthony Pettis, that'll be a great fight for me in the future. One day it will be awesome to fight guys like that because that's the same style that I have. And then now things turn out, that I'm fighting him, years after I used to think like that. So it's very exciting. Like I said, my style is a lot like his in a way, but mine is a little more I would say more like down into traditional martial arts just because of Taekwondo. But at the same time, I think I have what it takes. I think I have what it takes to be able to finish this fight. So I'm very excited. Like I said, he's a game opponent. I'm a game opponent. So let's do it.
And one last question for me: what round do you think you'll finish him in?
I'm an opportunist, man. I take whatever. I'm not coming here to, how you say, I don't predict stuff, man. I go there and fight, and then whatever comes, I take it. So I'm just gonna take whatever comes.
Thank you.
Michael Morales.
Hola Alex, ¿cómo estás?
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Estoy muy bien, gracias.
Qué bueno, hermano. Te pregunto, Paraguay no es un país muy conocido por lo que es artes marciales mixtas, lucha, boxeo, etcétera, etcétera. Y tengo esa curiosidad, ¿cómo comenzó tu pasión por la industria de la MMA y cómo logras entonces manejar, ingresar a esta industria viviendo toda tu vida allá?
Claro, Paraguay es un país muy pequeño y también la gente son muy humilde, entonces los deportes normalmente no suelen ser muy grandes, no sé que sea soccer, el fútbol. Yo cuando yo he nacido en una familia de arte marcialista, o sea, mi padre era cinturón negro de taekwondo, entonces él trajo a la familia en Canadá y cuando yo tenía más o menos 14 años vinimos en Canadá y ahí comenzó comenzó más mi pasión por las artes marciales más o menos, más por siempre taekwondo, o sea, era muy competitivo en la parte de taekwondo. Cuando tuve 17, pasando 18, quería ser profesional en kickboxing. Entonces comencé a seguir más o menos gimnasios que tenían kickboxing para comenzar a seguir una carrera profesional. Y luego vi en un costado que estaban practicando las MMA y medio que miré y me enamoré un poquito del deporte. Y luego vi un video de Anderson Silva que mostraba sus highlights y me encantó. Entonces desde ahí quería probarlo. Lo probé, mi padre saltó conmigo y desde ahí toda historia. Comenzamos a pelear y ahora estamos aquí.
Y excelente. Y mi última pregunta, una victoria sobre Anthony Pettis sería enorme para tu récord, pero sería más grande todavía para Paraguay. ¿Cuán importante sería tú llevarte esa victoria y ondear la bandera de Paraguay al final de la noche del jueves?
Todas las victorias son importantes para mí, para mi nación. O sea que en contra de quién no importa. Claro, ahora estamos peleando con un hombre muy grande. El nombre de Anthony Pettis, todo el mundo lo escucha. Cuando alguien me pregunta contra quién peleas, yo le digo el nombre y todos ya saben con quién estoy peleando. O sea que eso es algo muy, ¿cómo se dice? Que me da mucho honor. O sea que voy a saltar ahora a pelear y también conseguir una victoria sería algo muy grande para mí, para la nación. Pero yo sé que se puede, así que vamos a ir con todo.
Excelente, hermano. Muchas gracias por tu tiempo y mucho éxito el jueves.
Muchas gracias, hermano.
Hey Alex, it's Tanai here from MMA Island. How's it going, man?
Hey, what's up tonight? Nice to hear you, man.
Yeah, good to see you again too. Obviously, congrats on the main event spot. You've been working really hard and you totally deserve it. But could you talk to us about your dad, Luis Martinez, a little bit? He's always in your corner and he's always training you. Please talk to us about him.
Yeah, man, that man deserves to be here with me right now. I should have probably brought him just sneaking in here. The amount of sacrifice that man puts into me, it's amazing. Like just for him to come before coming in here, like into my training camp in Vegas, takes time from his actual work, which is managing the gym, managing other athletes, to come and help me out and take care of me. It's unbelievable. That guy needs more light on, and hopefully I can do a better job on putting some light on him. But the work that he does, not only on me but on all the athletes that he manages, it's truly unbelievable. And like I said, I wouldn't be here without him.
Yeah, absolutely. He's awesome. Good luck on Thursday, man. I can't wait.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Jamie.
Hola Alex, te habla Jaime Barrios de MMA Fan 507 desde Panamá. Saludos.
¿Cómo estás? Saludos a Panamá.
Placer. Gracias. Alex, te toca pelear en el último slot de la división el día jueves. Tú tienes 3 puntos. Anthony Pettis, uno de los favoritos desde antes que iniciara la competencia, no tiene puntos. Él lo más seguro es que va a estar urgido por quizá una finalización temprana. En base a eso, ¿cómo preparan ustedes la estrategia del combate?
Claro, eso es una gran opción que puede pasar en la pelea, especialmente porque él necesita los puntos y quiere los puntos. Yo no me estoy enfocando en los puntos, yo me estoy enfocando de pelea a pelea. Nomás yo me voy, peleo y trato de, claro, terminar la pelea como pueda. Y el enfoque es estar enfocado. Ese es el gran enfoque. Es entrar ahí, estar enfocado desde el comienzo hasta el final. Son 15 minutos de pelea, entonces vamos a estar ahí enfocados hasta el final. Eso es lo único que puedo hacer, estar enfocado 100%, todo momento. Yo sé que lo va a venir con todo y siempre viene a pelear, así que estoy muy, ¿cómo se dice? Estoy trabajando duro para en el día de la pelea estar enfocado. Eso es lo único que hará la diferencia.
Dale, muchas gracias. Suerte.
De nada, chao, chao.
All right. Anyone else have a question for Alex? Okay. Thank you so much, Alex.
Perfect.
We appreciate you coming out today. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Take care.
All right, guys. We are waiting on Mr. Bubba Jenkins. It's just a few moments. And if you have questions for Bubba, please raise your hand. Bubba will be here in just a second. He just wrapped up his other interview. Also, again, I appreciate you guys' patience today. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for bearing with me. All right, we got Bubba.
What's up? Put you on silent before you mess me up.
Breathe.
Oh, this mic is legit. Look at this. Yes.
What up, Bubba? It's Breeze with the MMA Breeze, man.
What's up, Breezy?
How you living?
Look at me, dog. Come on now. Stop playing. You know how I'm living. Look at me, son.
Looks cozy.
I'm living good, man. Feeling good. Excited about the fights. Excited about the lights. Y'all got my good side, too. This is nice.
Yeah, right on, right on. So, I mean, you just took out the former champ. How confident are you heading into this next matchup?
Dog, my jury is exuding confidence, dog. So you know me. I'm feeling like $1,000,000. Apropos that I'll be fighting soon for $1,000,000. I took a pay cut beating the champ. They've given him $2,000,000 for doing what I would have did to him. But I'm very excited about the next matchup and the matchup after that and the matchup after that. We're not gonna look too far ahead. One round at a time, 1 minute at a time, one punch at a time. But Bobby Moffitt's in trouble.
We're looking forward to it. Thank you, Bubba.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Bubba, Harry Mack from the Bookies Basement. Hope you're doing well.
What's up, Big Mac?
Not too much. So even though Brendan is at the top of the table right now, we just touched on it a little bit, but do you feel like you're winning?
Statistically, let's just keep it 100.
So do you feel like your win over the reigning champ, Lance Palmer, kind of positions you as the favorite to win the championship?
I would think so, being that they've had this tournament 2 times and the only person that they've had represent for the 45 featherweight division was the guy that I handily beat. I'm pretty happy about that. I feel like Brandon did what he was supposed to do, but I feel like Brandon did exactly what I would have done. So, and in his matchup, I'm not sure he would have did what I did in my matchup. So when it comes to the top two guys, and then we got the Russian guy in there, and there's some other guys that got some dubs, but when we look at the whole grand scheme of things, I beat a wrestler not even really wrestling. I beat him doing what I wanted to do. When it comes to the striking game, when it comes to the whole game of mixed martial arts, I feel like I'm developing like a beautiful rose. And I got the thorns on my side, but I'm pretty and I smell good.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, man. Best of luck.
No doubt.
What's going on, Bubba? It's Tariq from the Havoc Hour. What's going on, man?
What's up? I think I remember you last time. I always remember a brother's voice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you made your statement. PFL won. You came in, got the win over the biggest dog in the division. This week, going in, you're number 2 in the rankings. What's the statement you making this go around?
I'm making a statement that I am the $1 million man. I look like it. I smell like it. I walk like it. I talk like it. People who have a conversation with me, they can feel that. People who hear me speak and see the way that I go about my business. I think people are understanding that I'm cut from a different cloth. I'm of a different ilk. And I told people last time on that interview, I'm like a king. I speak a thing and it becomes a declaration and it becomes a decree. And when I say I am going to do something, I really believe that. Period. I'm going to win this tournament. And I really believe that. Period.
That's what's up, man. Also, real quick, you ever seen like a lot of personality and like the swagger from a lot of guys, and that's something that you've really been bringing. So you feel like PFL was a great place for
all
you
of them, deadbeats.
to really
No
show that off?
personality, no love, no smile, no swag, no momentum. I'm the newest tsunami wave hitting this block of PFL. I can see it on the faces of the people who work here. They love when I come in the room. They've been waiting for me. They hate to see me leave. All the good stuff about being that guy is the bad man. And it's not hard to tell when when the woman ain't happy at home. It's time to roam.
Oh man, looking forward to seeing you this week, man. Good luck.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Bubba, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm looking good, feeling good. How are you?
Everything good here in Puerto Rico, man. Thank you for your time. I want to
hold on. That's such a jealous. That's a hard flex. Oh, I'm just hanging out in Puerto Rico while you're in cold ass New Jersey in a bubble. It's okay though. It's all good.
Well, after you win $1 million, you can come to Puerto Rico and enjoy the warm beaches here. So
that's a pro. Me and I'm there, bro. You invite me and I'm there.
You got it, bro. I wanted to ask you, you entered to your first PFL fight not being the favorite, but you did tell everyone that you were going to win, and you did exactly that. You defeated the champion in your first fight. What was the first thing that went through your mind when your name was announced as the winner for that night?
1 down, 3 to go. That's all I thought about. And it wasn't a significant, 1 down, the champ's down. It was 1 down, 3 to go in my mind. Maybe 4 to go. I don't know if they switched format. All I know is 1 down, couple more to go. I'm excited about the matchups that they have in front of me. I have some of the best guys in my corner. I think my sparring sessions are harder than some of the guys in the tournament. And I'm at the top of I'm the cream of the crop. I feel like I'm at the top. I feel like some of those guys that took L's will never see me again. I feel like some of those guys who won will never be on my level. There are a few that I got my eye on, but for the most part, it's me versus the world.
Awesome. And man, the charisma, the swag, the personality, everything. It reminds me a few things of the pro wrestling elements or Muhammad Ali in his boxing years. What inspired
I'm a bad man. I like that you said that. That's the Muhammad Ali feeling I'm looking for. Not that I'm imitating anybody. If you really know me, I've been this way my whole life. Cameras on, cameras off. Whether we watching the Mayweather fight last night and I'm chilling in the corner making everybody laugh, it is what it is. That's who I am. But the fact that you're seeing that entertainment side of me, so many of these fighters forget that, like, you got to put fans in the stands. You got to be what they want to see. You got to be the guy that either everyone wants to watch get knocked out or everyone wants you knock somebody out. And I strongly live by the fact that I'm an entertainer first. Yeah, I'm a fighter at heart. I was born a warrior, but when I start speaking, people listen, period. When I start moving, people groove with me, period.
That was actually my question. How important for you it's to add the entertainment side into the MMA industry, specifically to your division?
It's important. You got to be the whole package. There are very few guys that are at the top of the things that they do that hasn't figured out a way to become a well-rounded person in their craft, in their passion. And I'm passionate about my fighting career. They say you start getting real comfortable in the game, you start understanding the game. I'm handling the game like my thumbs are bruised because I'm the type of guy that puts my personality in what I'm doing. And you can see that once I'm comfortable, once I can handle the game like I know what I'm doing, my personality just comes out. And that's hard to stipend.
Awesome, brother. Good luck on Thursday, and let's hope to see you in Puerto Rico soon.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Hey, Bubba, this is Tanai from MMA Island. How's it going, man?
What's up?
You said early on today that you're developing like a beautiful rose, and you have Coach Dewey Cooper in your corner. How's he help you develop like that beautiful rose?
Man, he's on top of everything. Even during the camps leading up to the Palmer fight or leading up to this fight, Dewey's a Hall of Famer. He's been in the game. He's gotten a world champion multiple times over. Even in this year, he's been a world champion. You can't make up for the experience that he speaks to you. And I'm one of those guys that I just love to listen to older individuals. I'm the guy that didn't go out with my cousins. I sat there next to my grandpa and my grandma, and I listened to them speak about their lives and the things that they've been through. And I have that coach's ear. My aunts tell me I've been here before because I'm of an old soul. And having Dewey be there to basically walk me through years and years of combat and years of digging it out of the mud, getting gold nuggets that he's been successful with, and just literally handing them over to me is something that I don't take for granted. And I listen to every word he says. There's some times where I'm like, I'm gonna put plastics on. He's like, you probably shouldn't put plastics on. And then after the workout, I'm like, man, I should have listened to Dewey. So I've learned those little small things as we've grown a relationship, and it's helped me get to this place and look as good as I've looked. I want to put Dewey's coaching on display for this fight.
Shout out to the Black Cobra. Good luck, man.
Shout out to the BK MMA Black Cobra.
Come on, please.
Hey, Baba, Hamad Mia from MMA Diagnosis. So your last fight, you fought Lance Palmer. You didn't use the wrestling, like I said. You kind of moved forward. You're striking. You mixed up. You kind of bullied him in a way. Is that what we kind of see in your fight against Bobby Moffett? That kind of
no, I'm not fighting Bobby Moffett like I'm fighting Lance Palmer. The moment I hit Bobby Moffett, he might turn into the runner that Lance Palmer came into, but Bobby Moffett doesn't have enough skills to keep me up off of him like Palmer does. Palmer's a formidable opponent. He was multiple time champion. He's got so many victories over so many good opponents that, I had to be cautious. Even when I said, I'm going to knock him out in the second round, the moment that I didn't see that coming, I just, understood it to be a mature moment in growing and okay, he's going to make a liar out of me, but I'm still going to win this fight, right? So when it came to that mindset, that was my focus. When it comes to Bobby Moffett, he's been off for way too long to deal with a man like me. He's gotten a short notice to deal with a man like me. The mindset that I have is one that will run him slam over. He can be a wolf, but I train canines.
So are we thinking first round finish?
You said it, not me. Last time they made me a liar, so I'm gonna let y'all call the shots this time. But yeah, I like that prediction. Put some money on it.
Thank you, brother. Good luck for your fight.
Thank you.
Matt?
Hey, Matt Proto here with the Beautiful Violence Show. Looking over the resume here, we have a Penn State Wrestling National Champ, two-time Division I Wrestling All-American, two-time Brave Champ. How important is it to you to add PFL Champ to that list?
It's very important, but let me correct you. I'm an Arizona State national champion. Penn State didn't get it done with me. They released me and sent me to Arizona State, where I pinned the Penn State kid in the finals. But I was a representation of the Penn State team as a Penn State finalist. But yes, old news is old news. What's new is I'm a PFL champion this time next year, and I'll be a millionaire by Christmas.
Awesome. Thank you. Good luck Thursday. My apologies with Penn State. Go Arizona
Oh, you
State,
good,
baby.
doggy. My ASU people ain't gonna let that slide, so I had to
All
show 'em
good.
what's up.
All good. Let's go ASU, baby. Good luck.
Babesh, Sportskeeda.
Hey, Baba, this is Bhavesh from Sportskeeda. Hope you're doing well. You're fighting Bobby, of course, this Thursday, who is quite well known for pulling off those Darce jokes. How well prepared are you for them, man?
I think I need to get Brandon in here to dissect what he just asked me. I didn't really understand that question. Somebody get Lockney on the phone.
You want me to repeat again, guys?
Yeah, repeat it for us, please.
Right. Bobby, of course, is well known for pulling off those Darce jokes. So how well prepared are you to tackle them, man?
The chokes?
Yeah.
I'm very prepared for the chokes. Him being a long-armed individual with such a tall stature at 45, me wanting to be on his legs is something that is, is like a bug to a light. It's inevitable that I'll be chewing up his legs, but of course, him having those guillotines and darces and chokes like that, I'm going to be very aware of it. But jiu-jitsu is just a slowing down mechanism for us wrestlers. Once we figure it out, that maze is smashed.
Awesome. You talked about the Mayweather fight. What did you make of that whole fight last night?
I thought it was entertaining. That's I ain't gonna say anything other than the fact that, man, I enjoyed myself. It was a spot in the bubble that we got to have a little bit of freedom, a little bit of letting your hair down. It was almost like a movie night for the fighters. It was pretty cool to experience that, not only with the PFL fighters, but the PFL staff, the people who are here working their asses off and doing so much for the fighters and doing so much to put this show on. To just kind of sit around and have some of that camaraderie while they got to let their hair down, and it was really cool to be a part of, and it creates that little family atmosphere. People around here are starting to dig me. People around here starting to like me. So, me getting to hang out with them outside of the fact that I'm trying to be a killer on the weekends is pretty cool.
Awesome. Thanks for your time, man. Good luck.
Yes, sir.
All right, last question. Carlos, please.
How are you doing today, Bubba?
I'm doing as good as I look. You tell me.
Obviously, my question is, there are many fighters out there, such as Colby Covington, who put on a persona. And that's not the case for you. You obviously said before you act the same on and off the camera. How do you get your swagger and how do you get your swagger?
Man, I was born with this drip. I was born with this right here. They named me Bubba before I started walking, baby. This is who I am. But really, it truly is a place of comfortability. You don't really get to see people's personality if they're shy or if they're not comfortable in who they are. I have taken the long route around the mountain. I didn't get put at the top. I climbed through ice, through snow, through sleet. And when I finally got there, if you ask me a question about how I got there, I can tell you with confidence of how I built myself to be who I am. I am a bad man. I am the brand that is coming. I am the smiling kid in the chokes. I'm the guy that everybody wants to hate or love. Either way, I'm Bubba Love. I just said that because it rhymed, but let's keep moving.
Well, have fun and good luck on Thursday.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Bubba. Appreciate you coming out.
No doubt. Sorry for being late. That's what I does.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and bring in Brendan up next. If you have a question for Brendan, please raise your hand.
What's up?
All right, first question. Column, please.
Hi, Brendan. It's Callum from the Fight Details. You've got a total of 13 stoppages in your career, but you've been also criticised for getting decision wins.
Tell him again.
With this point style of format that rewards more finishes, do you feel more incentive to finish guys now, and do you think it's coming more naturally?
But, listen, you just reminded me 13 stoppages in 20 wins. I started to forget that myself before this fight. I was like, just because I had 2 or 3 decisions in a row, everyone started doubting me. And then I just went in there and shown everyone what I'm capable of, and shown what I'm all about. And I'm looking to do that again.
In your own words, I've lost everything in this sport, but I'm going to achieve great things. That comes with a price, and it's a price I'm willing to pay. Obviously, you've had so many ups and downs. Can you just touch on that, how that shaped you into the fighter you are today?
Wow, long road in this game. I fought some great guys all over the world. You know, my record speaks for itself. Lost friends along the way, lost all types of things along the way, and lost loads for this sport. You know, but it's given me much more than I could ever have lost. And I feel like, wow, all this has come around now. It's all coming to fruition, and the juice will be worth the squeeze, as they say.
Thanks, Brendan. Best of luck.
Thank you, mate.
Harry Mack.
Hey, Brendan, Harry Mack from the Bookie's Basement. Hope all is well. So before your fight with Shaman, we had talked a little bit about, there was a lot of buzz around you coming into this season and a lot of talk about a potential breakout. So I just want to know, after that spectacular knockout, do you kind of feel like you're living up to the hype?
Well, I mean, it couldn't have gone any better. It was a fairy tale night for me. I got 6 points. Everyone else got 3. I got an emphatic knockout over a great fighter. If I sat here and told you I was going to do that, I'd be lying. I was like, I just trained hard, and it kind of naturally found itself, the knockout, and that's exactly what I've done again this time. And in terms of a breakout year, I think everyone's quite aware of my abilities, and all I needed was the right opponent, the right stage, the right TV, the right audience, and that's exactly what PFL gave me. So I took the opportunity with both hands.
Got it. Thank you very much. Best of luck Thursday.
Thank you so much.
Tariq.
Hey, Brendan, it's Tariq from the Havoc Hour. So from the time you got signed all the way through and to last year, 2020, it seemed like you were kind of just like a caged animal just waiting to get up. And then PFL comes and you just run through that first opponent. So how much going into this week, how much are you going to be looking forward to, you provided you get the win here, going into the playoffs, even though it's not going to be 2 fights in one night?
Yeah, I mean, I'm upset about that. I was super excited for 2 fights in one night. That's one thing that I've never done in my career. At this stage, I'm looking for new challenges, and that was just like, wow, 2 fights in one night. That's proper primitive medieval stuff. And I was like, that's some warrior stuff. I'm excited for 2 fights, but they've taken that away for this year, which is totally understandable with Corona and everything that's gone on. I'm just happy to be fighting again. And yeah, caged animal is correct. That's exactly what, did you see the emotion on my face after that win? I was screaming. And
Yes, sir.
I'm bringing that same energy back into this fight.
Awesome. We'll look forward to it, man. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
Hey, Brendan, this is Tanai from MMA Island. How's it going, man?
Hey, my man, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, good. You're not here this year. What's going on? Where are you this time?
Dude, that was some paperwork stuff. We can talk about it later.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So you got the quick 6 at PFL 1, and you're officially the favorite now, plus 300 on DraftKings. The favorite to win the whole tournament. How does that make you feel?
Mate, it's like I have to pinch myself sometimes that I'm in this spot now. Like, thank God, after all this heartache and ups and downs, that I'm finally getting what I deserve out of this sport. And it's been, like I say, it's been a hard couple of years, but we're here now, and I have another great opponent in front of me, 12-1, only lost to Bryce Mitchell, who's top 10 UFC. And guess what? I'm going to perform the exact same way I did last time, and that's exactly how I feel about it.
That's awesome. I've seen you've been winning a ton of FIFA games at the bubble.
I've took a few losses as well, but we're all
as long as it's Man United, we're good. Good luck, man. I
Thank
hope
you.
Breeze.
Hey, Brendan, it's Breeze with the MMA Breeze. You're going up against a pretty decorated American wrestler. You've had some banter and rapport with Bubba Jenkins, another wrestler. How do you like the matchup between you and wrestlers and stylistically?
I've been preparing for wrestlers my whole career. I just had this same discussion with somebody else, and if I sat here and told you that my wrestling's as good as my striking, you'd probably think I'm lying, but it's the actual truth. I love wrestling just as much as I love striking. When it's wrestling day, I'm not one of them guys to skip it. I embrace it. I've trained with some great wrestlers, and they'll all tell you how high level my wrestling is. It's very hard to shoot on somebody that's as fast as I am and somebody that's as aggressive as I am with strikes. It really puts you off trying to shoot. So all these wrestlers in this competition, this is going to be the first one. It's not going to be the last one. So let's see, man. It's exciting.
Right on. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Dan Bakley.
This is Dan Bakley from Cage My IQ. Brendan, it came out that you were going to be training with Conor McGregor before his fight next month. How did that come about? And then have you picked his brain at all about fighting?
That's not 100% confirmed yet. We've been talking about it. That's something that I really do want to do. I had to stay in the States due to COVID, so it couldn't happen for the last fight, but I'm hoping it can happen for this one. And I mean, yeah, what a great brain to pick, what a great guy to train with, one of the best to ever do it, and he's one of my idols, so I would absolutely love that opportunity. But I've got my own stuff going on as well now. This is a big year for me. This is a big tournament, and this is just the opportunity doesn't come like this every time. Like $1 million in 5 months is an insane amount of money to win in a short period of time, and I ain't cutting no corners. I was back in that gym Monday morning after the fight, the first guy in the gym, starving, waiting for the next one. And I tell you what, I bet there wasn't one guy who fought the same night as me that was back in the gym Monday morning. All had tough decision fights. And I'm here. I'm starving.
Thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
Aldrich.
What's up, Brendan? This is Aldrich Wonder from the Fight Dialogue. So a significant question that gets asked a lot is that, what it would be like to become champion. The significance I'm going to ask you behind this is, of course, the UK. Bisping being the first ever MMA champion. For you, what would that mean to you for you to become the second MMA champion and being the likes of combative sports veterans like Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, and Bisping?
Madness. You put me in that bracket, it's just madness to think that I'm anywhere near that, to be honest. And like when I visualize winning it and the check in my hand and the belt, it just seems surreal. But I better get used to it because it's on its way. And not just that, like I'm the first person from Manchester to ever fight in the UFC. I'm going to be the first ever Mancunian MMA world champion. It's something that I'm very excited about. And it's going to take a lot of beating to beat me in this tournament. It really is.
That's good to hear, man. Can't wait to see you succeed. And one more thing. What's up with the FIFA game later, my man? Like, we going to run the FIFA?
What, you online? You here? What? Like, I'm ready. Like,
oh, I'm here. What's up with it? Like, what's up?
I'll see you in an hour, yeah?
Okay, I see you now, bro, man. Appreciate you.
Let's go.
All right, last question. Carlos, please.
Hello, Brendan. How you doing today?
Hey, man.
My question for you is obviously, as someone said before, in DraftKings, you're the plus 300 favorite to win the tournament. Does that put any more pressure on you to win the tournament, or does it take less pressure?
Good question. They only released the odds. Was it yesterday or the day before? And I was like, damn, you guys are believing in me more than I believe in myself sometimes. And also, I had a lot of friends put a hell of a lot of money on that last fight as well. Like, they were sending me some of the betting slips, and I was like, wow, you guys are brave. So I guess I'll just embrace the role as the favorite, and I'll continue to perform like the favorite.
Obviously, and my next one is obviously you got Bubba Jenkins, who's right behind you. Do you think you'll see him in the final, or do you know?
Me and Bubba are on a collision course. There's no two ways about it. The banter started already. I mean, let's go, Bubba. Any of these guys, honestly, when I say they can all get it, they can all get it.
Well, thank you. Good luck on Thursday.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Brendan. Really appreciate you coming out today.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. Last but not least, we are bringing in Anthony Pettis. Luke, let's go ahead and have you for the first question.
Hey, Anthony, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Not too bad. Luke from Empire Universe here. So I guess, you got yourself a new opponent here. So what are you expecting from Alex?
Man, I like looking at his game. His last fight, he really didn't fight a guy that's similar to my style, so it's hard to like judge off of his last performance. But he has a good traditional taekwondo background, I think, from his pops, and so good front leg kicks, check hooks. Honestly, nothing I haven't seen before, but like it's just me having that right mindset to go in there and do what I got to get done.
Perfect. Thank you so much, and good luck in your next fight.
Thank you.
Callum?
Hi, Anthony. It's Callum from the Fight Details. You've said in the past that you've been mostly responsible for Sergio since he was 10 years old. I was just wondering, what does it feel like to see him follow in your footsteps and secure his first world title, similarly to the way you did?
Oh, it's amazing, man. Like the performance he had was flawless. Actually, Juan Archuleta's here, so like I know Juan too. So it's like a closed circle. Like Serge's been in this game for so long. I remember him sparring like TJ Dillashaw when he was like 15 with braces. He didn't even have a mouthpiece in, and to see him win that world title was just like everything. Our dreams coming true, man. It's amazing.
And just going back to those WEC days for a second, I mean, you were a rising star in the promotion at the time, and highlight reel, next fight to next fight. And at 23, you win a world title. What was it like handling that much success at that age? And what advice would you give to young athletes who are on the cusp of becoming a star?
Slow down, take your time, man. Like I think I rushed through a lot of stuff, and I mean it happened quick for me. Like you said, I like the WEC title was 23, UFC title I think was 26 or 25, and then I've been in the game since 19 is when I had my first, 18 was when I had my first fight. So everything happened really quick for me. I would just say everybody tell these guys to slow down, take your time with it, make sure you're making the right decisions outside of training camp. That matters more than what happens in your camps.
Thanks for your time, Anthony. Congrats on the new kid on the way.
Thank you, bro.
Tariq?
What's going on, Anthony? It's Tariq from the Havoc Hour. So obviously, first go around, it didn't go the way you planned. But, then right after that, like we said, you got to see your little brother win a championship. And, now this time out, with the pressure on, back against the wall a little bit, you feel like you had a little added motivation going into this week?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. After literally going from that fight to Sergio's fight and trying to erase what happened in that first fight and concentrate on his training camp and then him getting the win the way he did, man. Motivation's all over us right now, man. Our whole team, we just like seeing a guy win a world title like that. It's like we're doing the right things. So just got to put together out there. And that's the hard thing, man. You could have the best training camps. Just putting it together for that 15 minutes is what matters. So yeah, I think we're definitely riding Sergio's hype train right now.
Awesome. And like I've heard this from a couple guys, like the quarantine really kind of messed them up. How has it affected you so far that you've been there in both times?
Yeah, I mean it's new. Like doing something like this is new for all of us, kind of. So it's like kind of we're all figuring it out and trying to figure out how to make it the most comfortable as possible. The PFL did a great job of trying to make it comfortable. My 17 days and then 12 days before your fights are like the lead up time, like the time to get everything fine tuned. And then having to pick a couple partners that I get to work with just for the last 2 weeks that's another thing that was new for me. Cutting weight under the circumstances, a lot of new things. So we're all just making it work.
Sounds good, man. Good luck this week.
Thanks.
Darnell? I cannot hear you, Darnell. We will come back to you.
Hey, Anthony, it's Darnell Giovanni of MMA Island. I seen you've been training a lot of pure boxing. Do you see yourself maybe taking a fight like Tyron Woodley, who's fighting Jake Paul in August? And who do you see winning that fight?
Yeah, I mean, I boxed my whole career. You know, it's not like something new that I've done. I think the last fight really made me focus on that. The vinyl in the cage is pretty slippery, and I think I fought him in a traditional stance, and I was slipping a lot. You know, so I feel like that was a thing that I took from the last fight. Like I got to get back to the basics, get my hands right for these kind of fights, and it's tournament style, so you know we're looking for the knockout. So and I think I was forcing that in there last fight. And to answer your question about Woodley and you know Paul, I think Woodley for sure. I mean Woodley's a puncher, man. He's seen him knock out some of the greats. So I'm excited about that one.
And you got Showtime Fighting Championship coming up. How do you balance training and your event coming?
Yeah, you know, I have a great team of guys, you know, in my corner. You know, my coach Duke Rufus is one of my business partners. I got some marketing guys in the back ends that handle all that stuff for me. I just got to go make the deals happen. So we finally just closed the deal for October 2nd. I'm a big arena in Wisconsin, so I'm excited to have my first event.
Thank you, Anthony.
Thanks.
Michael Morales.
Hey, Anthony, ¿cómo estás? How are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Everything good here, sir. You started training when you were 5 years old, boxing and taekwondo, among multiple other things. You've been active as a pro for 14 plus years. How do you manage to, you know, keep fueling that fire and keep doing this for many, many years, even though you barely, you know, you've accomplished so many things in your career so far?
Yeah, I think changing the format this year, like this year has been a fun year for me, honestly. Like losing that first fight put me in a position where I had to like look at everything and start making decisions on you know what I want to train on and what I'm going to focus on. So I think changing the format, keeping it fresh, keeping it fun, definitely helps.
Perfect. And obviously, the $1 million motivates everyone. But for your legacy as a fighter, how important for you is to take the championship home?
Yeah, but for my little brother winning that belt, man, imagine, you know, two brothers in the same year winning belts. That's my motivation right there, too. It added to it, man. So I was already, you know, motivated to get that belt. I had a rough first fight. I didn't make the adjustments I needed to make. So I'm blessed to be in this position to go out there and do it again.
Awesome. Thank you very much and good luck on Thursday.
Thanks, bro.
Hey Anthony, it's Breeze with the MMA Breeze. Being your second go around in the bubble with your second PFL fight, how has this camp compared to the last one? And do you feel that it's that you learned anything from the first go around?
Yeah, I literally made my last camp based off my first performance. You know, like I said, like the cage being a little slippery, I adjusted my training to be a lot less risk taking in there, like the jump kicks, the spin kicks. Like I went back to the basics. So that was one thing I took from the first fight. Just the whole format of how it's set up, how quick we move. Me and Duke went through like the whole process of how we're gonna make it feel comfortable and make it feel like how we usually make it feel. So you know, that's all we can really do is just make the adjustments. And I think last camp, you know, was basically made off of just what I needed to change for that last fight.
Right on. Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Tanai.
Hey, Anthony, Tanai from MMA Island. How's it going, man?
Good, man.
So obviously it didn't go your way last time around at PFL 1, but you landed that head kick and that flying knee. You almost got it done. That was awesome. But are you going to look for a quick 6, a quick finish in this fight so you can get up and go to the playoffs?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna build up. I'm gonna focus on the basics. This training camp, we really focused in on my footwork, my stance, my range control, the things that made me the dangerous fighter I am. So I'm gonna build that up first, and when I see the opportunity, for sure, I'm going for it.
All right. Good luck.
Thanks.
Carlos.
Hello, Mr. Pettis. How you doing today?
Good, man. Chilling.
Obviously, in your last fight didn't go your way, and obviously you said you're working on range control, your footwork. What do you think is the most important thing to such a good and healthy camp to a fight?
The most important thing is having fun, man. I think you know I've done so many camps now. I think it's like my 36th camp or 38th camp. I don't even know anymore. Especially as a kid, you know, doing all these tournaments, you know, growing up. Having fun in camp's key. I mean, you gotta keep it fun, interesting, make like I have fun when I'm learning. So I think when I surround myself around somebody who's teaching me and that's giving me like new things that I've never seen before, that's when I have a lot of fun with camps.
And one more thing for me. Obviously, you left the UFC to go to PFL. Do you think you'll ever go to a different organization like Bellator, and do you think you'll ever go back to the UFC?
Man, I have no idea. Honestly, I'm so focused on this tournament right now. And the first fight didn't go my way. I got some work to do here, you know. So I think once I get through this season and next season, we'll figure something out.
Thank you. Have a good luck on Thursday.
Thank you.
Drew?
Hey, Anthony, Drew Pierce, FightLeap.com. With no one else at 155 being able to secure more than 3 points in that first regular season fight, do you see that as a really good opportunity to make a statement and really try to propel yourself into the postseason?
Yeah, I mean, I have to. I think if you look at the way the point structure is, I gotta go out there and make a statement. So, and I'm not trying to think about that and like go out there and like overthink on that. I think the first fight I did that. The first fight I was like, I need a big knockout, I need a big finish, something spectacular, and then I got outworked in the little hustle in the game that wins the fight. So, I went back attached to myself to that, and I'm gonna build it up, and then when it happens, it'll happen.
Thanks. Best of luck.
Thanks.
All right. Bhavesh, Sportskeeda?
Hey Anthony, this is Bhavesh from Sportskeeda. Hope you're doing well. Your opponent, Alex, of course, he has never been defeated, but he hasn't fought a fighter of your caliber either. So, do you think his inexperience could probably give you an advantage in this fight?
Well, I definitely have the experience advantage for sure. I think with him having the fights that he has and the experience he has, I've been in there with the best in the world and top guys and big stages, so I definitely have the experience advantage. But man, as I'm finding out in this tournament, it doesn't matter. You got to go out there and fight each fight as they come. So, I studied and I looked at his skill set, his weapons, how he won his first fight, and I'm just gonna attack it from there.
Awesome. Last thing from me, how did you approach this fight, man? Knowing that you can't afford to lose here and you need a finish anyhow. Was there any sort of mental pressure on you while training for this fight?
Nah, because I mean, really, in this fight game, you can't afford to lose any fight. You're only good as your last performance, and I think that pressure is always there. Is you can't lose. So going into this fight, I feel the same pressure. I'm not supposed to lose. I can't lose. I got to go out there and fight a smart game plan. I think watching my first fight, I learned a lot. Like I wasn't in there making the adjustments I needed to make. I stayed in one stance. I was forcing things. I got him on a high kick, but it was like a forced high kick, so that's why I didn't get the finish. So this time, I'm gonna go out there and just let it build up.
Thanks for your time, man. Good luck.
Thanks.
Anyone else have any last questions for Mr. Pettis? Great. Thank you so much, Anthony. Appreciate your time. All right, guys, that concludes PFL 4 Virtual Media Day. Give the Zoom link a couple minutes to process, and then I will send you all the recording from today. Friendly reminder, tomorrow we do have the PFL 4 press conference, the pre-fight press conference. That will take place Tuesday, tomorrow, 5 p.m. ET. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email, and I hope to see you all there tomorrow.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.